I wanted to get into actually Cactus City Studios,
Mhm.
actually, which I found really inspirational. And I saw that you found on Pinterest actually that no one else was doing it, which
Mhm.
spurred you on to do this. Uh,
That's so, yeah, that's exactly
yeah,
what happened.
yeah.
So, it was a few years ago. I was managing only female artists at this point, and just having some issues, and we're going to studios, and I thought, you know what? Let's make our own studio, so we don't have to deal with this. Like, we don't have to deal with the someone's asking you to go on a date. It's just when it's really inappropriate, or just even just making comments on your music that you just don't want to deal with. And it's nice to have your own control over the space, and what it is you're trying to do with your own music. So I thought, right, let's build our own.
Hmm.
And I was looking for inspiration to design my own. So I was searching, feminine music studio, pink music studio, girly music studio. Literally nothing was coming up. And then everything was just, they look like spaceships, or they've got like a black leather couch in there, which we always look at and think, oh, it's akin to a casting couch type thing,
Hmm.
or it's just really cold. The environment's not really been thought of. Like, sometimes you gotta think, like, at the end of the day, these places are for producers to go in there, do their work. They just need to be acoustically treated really well. It's not really always about the vibe, but a lot of people just think we'll just stick some LED lights on and that'll create a vibe with the color scheme. Doesn't always work that way. Like, sometimes you just need warm lighting. It needs to be just a nice environment. So that's when I said, you know what, this actually doesn't exist. So I got off Pinterest, I got into Google, and it really does not exist. There are studios. There's amazing studios. There's one in San Francisco that's like run by women, owned by women, a really, really amazing facility. But it's not like a space built for women specifically. It's just a space that's been built. Um, and I just was quite shocked that there was no pictures. Not that the facility as a corporation or as a big business didn't exist as a commercial venture, just that there was no pictures for inspiration at all. Really shocked me. That genuinely really shocked me, because I thought there'd at least be one, and there was nothing. So I thought, well, this kind of needs to exist, and it was one of those things that when I was making it, one of my producers was like, I don't understand why we're paying it like this. I want to decorate it like this. But he didn't care. He was just going along with it. He's someone I worked with for ages. Like, he just was going along with what I was doing. And then he said to me, after he'd had quite a few sessions in there, with female songwriters and things, he said, I understand why there's a need for this now. Because he said, people come in here and they realize the space has been designed for them and they've been thought of, and they're able to relax straight away and actually be able to just get down to working without having to figure him out, what his intentions are,
Hmm.
etc. And he'd never realized that people were even doing that. But obviously, because women have such bad experiences in the industry, they often go into the studio with that reservation or
Mm.
thought of something might happen here, so I've got to figure you out. And he just realized that people just getting straight down to work, and they were just able to create such incredible music. And we've made some unbelievable music, some that's coming out soon actually from that first studio. And I'm really excited for it to come out.
Oh, that is
So
so good. That is so exciting to hear as well, though. And for the future, would you look at maybe expanding the studios into maybe having several different ones at one go?
we're already planning on doing that actually, but we want to
Amazing.
get the first one on the ground first. But we
Okay.
do have a few other areas that we do want to go to. So a couple in different countries, completely different continents. Maybe another one in London. We'd like to do one in the north of England next, I think. The first thing we'd do is get one in the north of England if we're able to. So maybe Manchester or Sheffield, which is where I first ever went to the studio in Steelworks.
Hmm.
Incredible studio up there. And yeah, I think that's the first step, and then maybe a second one in London if we can. And then, as I say, there's a couple of countries that we're eyeing up already, but that is way into the future. 3 to 5 year plan at least before we start doing that. As I say, we've already got 20 years. I thought of doing this one for 20 years,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens.